Alright, are we live yet? Are we live yet? Are we live yet? I think we're live. We're live! Everybody, welcome back. As you can see in the big spot, we have Fiona, because Fiona has just won Canon Moore's episode 2. Overall, that puts the minnows at fucking 2 wins. And Team Piggy at 0. Like 0, as in nothing, you know. Thanks everybody for coming. If you haven't seen it, in the live chat, I will actually give it a wee pin there, and you can check it out later. That is Canon Moore's, the original video. It was over in Savage's channel. In January, it'll be back here, and we'll do it alternating. And then we do have the Canon Moore's channel. It is actually up and set up. Are we going to ever go there? It's there. It's there. It's there anyway.
Start there and
What frivolous crap. I think the show is perfect just the way it is. It'll be it'll be home. At the minute, it's like the knife that I'm milling at work when I'm bored. It's just not finished, but it's pointy. It's getting there. You know, it's getting there. Cold Iron, would that be Stone Monkey Lab Rat? Hello? I think 420 ran away. Oh, we're not muted, are we?
Sorry, I was putting the washing on.
That's
yes,
the first thing that
great.
everybody heard, because Ox, thank you very much. Ox just pointed out that everything is muted.
Ox also pointed out hashtag Team Minnow wins!
Don't make me
Liz, flash, I was taking a bath.
I will remove all of yous.
Fiona is our winner!
Blub, blub, blub,
Woo!
blub. Congrats!
Everything should be coming through now. Is everything coming through now? Everything should be coming through now.
So appreciating that I've got less rights than someone that's had a stroke on the left-hand side of their brain to make a comment on this, but perhaps if you generalised your commandment a bit, Fiona, to something along the lines of "Thou shalt respect the holy spackle," that would maybe feel like a commandment that could go into, go into eternity.
Here's the thing that's going to be about our gospel, though, that you guys got to keep in mind, and it's the case for, I think, pretty much just any gospel that I've run into. Just because one commandment is clear and concise does not mean that there isn't going to be some later writings that completely fucking contradict that shit.
That is true. That is true.
The shit out of it.
I mean,
Maybe
I prefer
thou
like.
shalt not accuse thou of not crying splash when thou didst.
Quite. I was so careful about that one.
Now, that is something that I noticed that I did loads,
I
right?
apologize again.
This is something that I did loads in the first episode, and Savage, I did notice, did twice in this episode, right? Is whenever our team says the correct answer, we then point out and go, hey, we need the special word. And that's basically screaming at your team, you've got the fucking right answer, say it. All right? Something we need to stop doing. Another thing that we need to implement is people on the quiz are not allowed. Yeah, as did Sammy. All right? People on the quiz are not allowed to look at the live chat. We need your word on that, you know? No Google, no live chat. It is set for ultra low latency on my channel. I don't think Savage had it set at ultra low latency tonight.
I set it at normal latency so that they wouldn't be able to do that right off the bat.
It's just my standard setting, you know. You can be impatient, Wildheart, all you want, but I'm waiting for people who watch the show to actually come in and give an opinion on the show. So that's what I'm going to wait for.
Who's complaining? Is it Wildheart again?
It is the irony. It is
the irony of it. But yes, no, thank you all for coming by. I really do thank Sammy, and thanks to Mr. Willis for coming and joining my team. You know, regardless of who wins the damn show.
Thank you all for coming. Really, all 4 of you. Thank you so much.
It really
it's
is.
so much fun regardless.
It's gonna. Who gives a fuck? I don't care that I've lost every time show.
I was hoping that it was.
I have 100% losing rate. I don't care,
Which I do think is funny because both times now I have told my team, it doesn't really matter if we win. We're just going out to have fun. Let's just have fun while we go out. And,
Meanwhile, Robbie's messaging us in the background. If you don't fucking win, I'll never speak to you again. You'll never show your face on YouTube again. I have connections, boys.
I got
Is that
Fiona.
why- is that
Fiona,
why
I want to
Spooky's
give
icon
Fiona the
only
floor.
now?
I want to give Fiona the floor. And Fiona, is there anything you would like to say? Would you please announce your commandment for the Canon Wars, the second wars?
If you have it ready, don't
If you
feel
have it ready.
pressured.
If you have it ready.
I don't really, because I'm tempted to just stick with the one I first came up with.
I think that was perfect.
Because it just felt right to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Spackle's the winner. Thou
is so
shalt
awkward.
consider that Spackle is the winner.
This is so awkward. I don't think I'm the winner.
No,
I
definitely
mean,
not. 10
Thou
points.
shalt.
Definitely not. Like
10
we
points.
definitely there's evidence to the contrary, but like any gospel,
Exactly, contradictory.
the
I'm
writer
a
of the gospel
driver.
can
I'm a
declare
winner.
Okay.
Things are
whatever
gonna
Right.
change. I
fuck
just
they
know
want.
it.
This is something I
It's
do want
gospel now.
I'm hoping that most of the people, if not all the people that was watching on Savage's channel has come across over here. And
Have you guys all come over?
I'm hoping that everybody that was watching yours has come over to here. Plus we've got some new people in that would watch my channel. So me and Savage was talking about this.
They haven't responded to me in like 10 minutes on my own channel. So I think they all either migrated over here or they like fell off a cliff on the way maybe. If they're not here.
Like lemmings. Like lemmings. They
Wild
just,
Heart.
That happens.
Wildheart. Stop
minnows just
asking.
kind of flow off the.
Wildheart. Stop
Waterfall.
asking for a
It's
link.
2
I've already
strikes.
pointed out
3
that
strikes you're out.
people are going to come in that have watched the show. You didn't watch the show.
Wait,
I'd
who's
like
got
to,
strikes?
like to get
Wild
feedback
heart.
on the show. And Fiona lost it. Now I've lost where I was going. Yes, me and Savage have discussed this. We need a scorekeeper.
Like a board on their visual board.
Now, you see, I looked into an OBS plugin, but it was only giving me designated points. It wouldn't allow me to tweak it to give 25 for a right and take 10 away. It was all set up for basketball or football or soccer, as you want to call it, or whatever the fuck, right? They're all built in, right?
What'd you call it? You called it soccer?
I did for the American audience, yes.
Aw. Thanks.
80% of my audience is fucking American, you know?
I know, which is weird because 80% of my audience is not American.
There you go. Anyway, points aside, we're going to fuck about on a spreadsheet. We'll get a spreadsheet thing going, and we'll work on a board. We'll eventually get a board.
Also, if there's somebody who is actually good at math on the fly
That's
and
what we're
has
saying.
maybe a camera, here's what dry erase board, man. Dry erase board and an overhead camera.
Up until we get that thing going, we are looking for
Yeah.
someone that can take the position of our scoreboard. If anyone would like to be the literal translation of
It's
a
not like the actual literal position of the scoreboard.
well, the literal translation of a computer. Were computers not originally people?
Yes, a computer was a person.
Yeah,
but,
a computer was a person.
Yes. So
But
we
what I'm
need-
saying is that you're not going to have somebody that's like standing up there going like
Sammy,
347.
Sammy, I've seen you after 2.5 bottles of wine. You can't remember 3 minutes ago. You ain't fucking doing the scoreboard. Love you loads, Sammy.
Computer, not you.
Not Sammy. Not Sammy up there. Sammy I work with.
Oh, okay. I was
You
like,
probably
leave Sammy
did.
alone. Sammy did good.
Sorry. She gets a little excited sometimes when I'm talking about other.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, if I can just say.
No, I was talking about the.
If I can just say. Oh.
For the women.
If I can just say, fuck Savage. All right, that's 2 fucking like, fuck Team Savage. Fuck you all. All right, she stole my doll. You stole the show. You rigged the first one. The only decent person on your side is Fiona because she has no idea what's going on and she came in honest and true and still won. That's why Fiona's the best out of all of us. But
Just back her into a corner.
Fiona,
really.
I may have not told you something. I have Math Pig Scotty doll.
Oh, I
And-
know about this. Don't you worry.
Okay, you knew about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Okay. I
Oh,
thought
yes.
maybe you'd be upset since you're Scottish. So
All the
Yeah,
people.
and do you know what I've been saying all along through the Scotty Doll saga? Go Spackle, go Spackle!
You want the Scotty dog or the Scotty toy to be destroyed by the dog?
Well, you see, I like animals. And if the animals are happy,
But like, think of Math Pig's Nan and how she knitted that all by hand. with
she
her-
can knit another one. Spackle
you see
can't
the
knit another
video?
dog.
There's a video of his Nan talking.
The video is coming. The video is coming. I'm trying to load it.
I've got a giraffe.
Yay!
Aw.
I love giraffes. They're one of my
It's
favorite
called-
animals.
He's called Geordie McSporin. I got him from Laura when Laura came to visit. So this is Geordie McSporin. He's my mascot. Well, she's my mascot. He, she, whatever. I think it's Geordie, so it must be a he. It's Laura's. That's the girl, Georgina. Laura's got Georgina. I've got Geordie. Couldn't remember.
I was gonna say that looks like Laura's doll. Laura joined B's stream last night, actually.
Oh.
And B
Oh,
happens to
nice.
be in the backstage, just so you know.
Okay, cool. Is he coming on?
The auto ad,
I think
obviously, the auto ad isn't working. I do apologize. The auto ad should be working.
There he is. Hey, Uncle B.
Hi.
Okay,
First
right,
I have
right.
to say hi to Savage because hi, niece. How are you?
B, I don't know if
Good,
you've
how are
seen
you,
this. Okay, let me
B's
see. if-
everybody's uncle.
Right, let me
B's
see.
my
father.
uncle.
B's actually my sister, but we'll not even talk about that.
No.
Brother.
He very much
No.
looks like the cool
Brother.
uncle.
Bobby, no.
No,
Did
but
I
I'm
ask
talking about the
David?
original story because everybody was all this. That,
Yeah,
and the other,
yeah, but we can't go there.
Right.
Old
And
news.
let me see if
Gotta
I can
move
do
on.
that. Okay, right. Everybody on stream, everybody in the panel can see this. The black
Yeah.
screen that says nothing.
I
Yeah.
can
Yes.
just see a black
Mhm.
screen.
Yeah,
It
black
says
screen.
30 views,
And let me
39
see
views
if I can
maybe.
do
He's got a
that.
list
Play
of
by-
every Team Piggy win on, yeah.
Right, and now everybody on the stream should see it, and this is why we don't like Spackle. Okay.
Can we hear it this time?
Can you please bring Scotty home? Grandson misses him. He can't sleep at night without him. Wondering where he is. Send Scotty home again. Robert misses him. Please, please, Scotty.
Oh my God, Spackle, you don't even have a heart right now.
No, she doesn't. No.
How could
She's
I'm
so
I'm
mean.
like ready to just go make one for her and send it to her and try to make it exactly the same. Like I feel so bad for her.
That is my actual mother's mother, my poor granny that knitted Scotty for me about 20 years ago. So yeah, can we please have Scotty back? Can we have?
Please.
Well, you
what-
should have looked after him better.
well, you see, I
This is
said
on you. This is on you.
Fiona, you're gonna kick a man when he's down?
Yep.
Ouch.
I mean, you're the winner, so.
I can talk to Fiona, eh?
okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna go cry now. I'm gonna go cry now.
You need to go off camera. You need to go to icon only so you can cry a little bit.
No, I need to sort where the chat is because it's not.
Sally, put down Scotty dog.
Don't
Put down
do
Scotty
that.
dog.
Is that a supersonic
Oh no,
fish
oh
on-
no.
A supersonic fish on yours there, Spackle.
I don't know whether to smack Spackle or love her more right now. Fuck you
I'm very
guys.
upset. Okay.
It's yeah. I mean,
Ox,
can
I just want to
understand.
say, right, Ox, I made no promises whatsoever. My granny is not on Twitter, but my mother is, and my mother showed my granny what had happened to poor Scotty, and my granny was like, well, what can we do to get Scotty back? So,
Oh, we could give you some suggestions. We could give you some suggestions. Little tasks for you to do.
we're working on the cheesecake gift cards, guys. You got to buy the merch from the
yeah,
merch
if you
store
buy
so
the
that
merch,
we can
that
use
goes
it
towards
to
Cheesecake
buy the
Factory
cheesecakes.
Ventures.
No, I'm thinking of something. It was a suggestion made by somebody
bring
years
Scotty
ago. What somebody should do when their channel had hit 200 subscribers, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen on YouTube, and the guy did it almost. He couldn't do it properly because he was being arrested if he did it. And the suggestion was he was to wear a lime green mankini and a tiny bowler hat and walk around his neighbourhood drinking a pint of Guinness.
Yeah, who
in
in the
his
world would
mankini.
wear a mankini like that? Who in the world?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Kate-
I mean,
know.
really,
I
what
think
if you
it's
spill
alright.
your beer? Shit's cold.
If you remember, it was Lenator, and he actually did stream in a lime green mankini.
Who did that?
Lenator.
Lenator. He is another Irishman, apparently.
That's why I was
Is this the
thinking
thing
to
that
do.
Irishmen just happen to randomly end up doing then?
I
Matt
didn't
Matt
have a
Pig
top hat
hasn't
and I'm
met
not
Lenny yet.
Irish.
Matt Pig hasn't met
Nick
Lenny yet. Lenny has like flaming red hair with the whole chops thing, everything. Like it's like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Sidekick of Captain
I
Awesome.
thought you were sending Dr. Ben the link.
Oh, well, no, he can't come in anyways.
Oh,
He's starting
Why
a
not?
streem here in like 25 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
So,
So
yeah,
wow.
I'll go over and give you
Aggressive
support
today.
in a little bit.
Fuck,
I'd like to
fuck
hear,
Minnow,
as
fuck
a viewer,
Ben, fuck.
What,
Pardon?
Sammy?
I'd like to hear Grant's thoughts on how the show went.
Yes, Grant has
As
been
a
very
viewer.
quiet. Grant is reminding
I
me
don't
of that
think Grant's
guy
doing
from the movie that ran Google with just the headphones on and doesn't talk to just the end. I can't remember what it is.
Grant's more like the silent but deadly type.
Yeah. So Grant,
He's like a
before-
fart that'll kill
We're
you.
still talking over Grant, and he's still not interrupting us. Grant, what did
I
you
know.
think as a viewer?
I'm just disappointed in Sammy's performance. I expected him to win. So
I don't think
That's
he did
what
a lot
she
wrong.
said.
yeah, she says that often, doesn't she?
Oh, ouch. Ouch. I'm disappointed in
You
your
guys are being
performance.
bad. You guys are being bad.
I know, it's mean. Do we have
Not
a rule
me.
about
I'm innocent.
meanness?
We do. It's the first commandment. It's,
Wait. Why
If I
is there
lose
squeegee
again,
on
I
that?
swear to fuck, right?
Don't be
My
a dick.
third team, okay? I've just remembered who my third team for January actually is. And I
Who?
think
Who?
that I'm not going to win again. It's Cider and Port and his co-host, okay? Love you, Stephen. I'm going to lose again, aren't I? I'm gonna lose. He may win, he'll win politics. He'll win politics.
I really
are
want
they
Uncle
against?
Beck to be on my team, but I think that it won't work for his schedule. So
Cider and Port.
I sincerely hope one of the questions isn't why is alcohol worse than weed? Or you'll be in bother.
Oh, why is alcohol worse than weed? Oh, I could make that argument for sure.
Go,
Yeah,
right,
put
you've
me
got
in
right.
that.
I'm going to give you 3
Debate, let's
minutes
go.
back up.
no, we're not. None of the questions are debated. Okay. Now there was one question on. You guys did not do the YouTube drama, category.
Oh, you
But
got
there
right.
was-
Oh, hold
Thinking
on.
about it.
Just
One
don't-
question
Yeah,
where
give-
it was you could debate it, but
What was the one
I put-
question?
who is the most evil twin in the atheist YouTube community?
That would be clearly Jefferson Spotchcock.
I put an argument could be made for either of the Pasek twins.
It's
That is
Team
the
J.
answer.
Team J. I want J to come on my team. Can we get Team J? on?
I had Jay on my channel on an open panel. Open panels are a little bit of wild west, and people have opinions and say things that I don't necessarily agree with. And Jay said something that caused me to lose like 10 subs. So I'm like, oh, Jay, can you not do that anymore?
Would you believe, right?
You want to know what the first thing that ever caused me to like lose 10 subs like that was?
I was just about to say that on my channel, but seeing as Savage is interrupted, you can go on ahead with your story. Go on ahead there.
I went, hey guys, y'all should go over and follow MathPig. MathPig really helped me out with the research on this. And I lost 10 subs like that.
Wow.
Lies.
It's true.
It happens
Really?
every time, man. You gotta watch it, man. He'll
Right.
just-
Well, here, this is
they'll just
another thing.
knock
Right?
you right down. No, I'm kidding. He got me so many subs.
He also
know,
got me a
like-
shit ton of subs, yeah, but it was
like my
after
first-
that.
Yeah, my first 30-ish that I was stuck at for a little while was just from the tiny home stuff, and then thanks, Kat. And
You
then
know who-
I met
right?
MathPig, and I ended up with like 250 people. Like
My
real talk.
biggest one, my interview that I did that lost me upwards, I think it was 15 and 17 is ringing a bell in my head. It's a wee while ago. It was the biggest because I've been, I'm a big, huge star now. And it was a wee while ago. But it was Neil, the 604 Atheist. I had Neil on, and I interviewed Neil, and I lost about 15 or 17 subs in that one
It's okay.
interview.
They were all Christians, anyways.
That's so funny. They're like, peace out. He's too flaming. Bye.
But, like, there's nothing wrong with Neil, you know?
Like, how could anybody not like Neil? That just doesn't make any sense.
Well,
He's
you know,
trying
you
to
can
absolutely
dislike him, but
agree.
then there's
Fucking-
disliking Neil to the point that he's on my channel, so you have to unsubscribe. You know, you can have problems with people, but getting to that stage where you unsubscribe with someone because they're on, I'm an asshole. I'd admit that. Savage losing 10 subs, that's a small number. It's
Yeah. It was nothing compared to like how many you ended up helping me get with helping out with research and everything too. So it was not even a price to pay, but it was the first time that I had like a chunk like that. That was like,
yeah.
boom.
But
It's funny when that happens. You're like, what was that about? Like, you're trying to figure it out.
Me and Dave sat for like 2 days going, what did Neil say that was wrong? What did he do that was... Nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
I was watching his infidel, Dale's deconversion story on Neil's, and he told the joke about the Jewish guy in New York. Like, I can't do the joke properly, but the gist of it is, one guy walks up to another guy and he goes, "Hey, where's such and such a synagogue?" And the fella's walking along carrying his shopping bags, and he goes, "Here, hold these." "I don't know where it is." I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Like, he did it much better than me, what with being Jewish and all, but it properly made me laugh. Like, I sprayed breadcrumbs all over the telly, like.
Grant, other than being very disappointed in Sammy, is there anything that you would think would improve the show? Maybe the rounds weren't great. Did you like the this and that wild round? Was that something we should bring back? Do you think that we were wrong in skipping the doodle round and we should have just done it and split it across the two people in the winning team rather than not doing it at all? I'm interested to get some feedback.
Also the chat, if you guys
The main thing would be an actual scorekeeper instead of Robbie.
It's an awful lot for me. We did try and do the spreadsheet. The way I was hoping to have the spreadsheet set up was if you got a question right, I changed it from 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, then 4 to 5. And the spreadsheet, with the sum equals brackets and all that.
You can just make a simple app or something, have a correct answer.
My
correct answer
general
button.
guy that I would talk to about coding is literally rebuilding his warehouse at the minute because of that damn storm in Britain, and he's very busy at the minute, so I wouldn't want to burden him or ask him to do that at the minute. He's suffering at the minute, so I'm stuck with just Savage and a piece of paper.
I can
That
I
makes
can
me
write you a
feel
simple app
lovely.
if you want.
That would be fantastic.
There you go.
Man. If you would do
Yeah.
that,
Name
Grant,
it Cold Iron.
Yeah, that'd be great.
that would be fantastic. It really would.
Yeah.
Cold Iron.
I told my wife I would shill her shit, so
I've written down all the
That's my wife's
actual what we need. Like, it's n, which is the number of times answer, times 25. Minus n minus 10. That's a different section. We app be great. I'll leave it up to you, man. I'll leave it up to you. But thank you very much for your offer.
Yes. Send me a thing on Twitter to have all the details.
Yeah. I'll break it down when it's not late. I would look at me with my granny black and white in the background, like poor black and white granny. She now, she had a
I'm
good-
really fucking sorry, Granny. I tried. I was feeling good after round one, especially after the miscount with the score. It was really good.
Do you know what that was? I went down through it and I was tapping, putting a wee dot when it was counted and stuff, and I forgot the one and it counted it twice, and that's why you got the extra 25 points, And then when I did it again,
Maybe we should have asked.
what are you
for
doing, Spackle? What are you doing, Spackle? This is
no,
Oh, Christ.
no, turn it off. Thank you.
Right, Spackle is being moved to the small camera.
Okay.
Okay. Spackle is
Disgusting.
now in the small camera, so her damage is less.
Disgusting. Hey, can you move me out of the corner though, so people can see my wife's shit?
Okay.
Yeah. God, man. Producer. Huh.
I'd love you to see what
Thank
I
you.
do. Like, I'd love to see you do what I do.
I
You
would
know what?
love to
You
try
will
and do what
never,
you do,
ever
but you
see
keep
me
telling
do
me that
what
you're
you
going to
do.
teach me.
Because I
and
can't
then you
do it.
don't. Exactly.
No,
He
I
keeps
can't.
telling
Corey-
me he's going to teach me how to do it, and then he
If
doesn't.
Corey is still watching, the production, apart from maybe disagreements on the math, Fiona definitely did win, and the person who's disagreeing is the winner. Okay, but you won. Deal with it. The production has went a wee bit better, and I think it's all went well tonight. That's a shout out to Corey, who gave me my Christmas present slightly earlier. She got me a 24-inch widescreen, 140 Hz monitor, and all.
Because that's what he needed was the 6th one.
the fifth.
Fifth.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No, watch
He needs
last
the
week's.
fifth so that he's got a central one.
Don't worry, he can't
It's okay.
count
I'm just
either.
having penis envy. I only have 3.
You only have
I
3
only have
penises. You need to see a doctor.
No, dude. I don't keep a penis. I throw it out. Buy whatever size I want. For now.
Why do I just want to sing Detachable Penis?
I love that song.
It's a good song.
I have it in my I have it in a playlist that's called "Shocking" or "Abominable" or something like that. There, you think of a song? Yeah, it's that place. So, Jay,
Spackle, where are you?
Brain Bug.
I'm at the bar.
Bree,
Okay.
Bree, it is after 12 o'clock. It's after 1 o'clock my time. Bree, are you off work? Are you able to take my final slot? Oh, I'm going with the puns tonight. I don't know what you were talking about. You were flashing and wiggling your fish all over the camera earlier.
Stop it. Every time I get a lung full of smoke, somebody makes me laugh.
Please don't die, Fiona.
At least not on stream, please.
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, here. Does anyone, people may not know this, right? The after party can go on for a while. I have booked tomorrow off work. I will be picking the daughter up at about 11. Pardon?
I mean, I have a stream in the morning tomorrow.
Okay, can I talk?
No.
You're gonna. I've lost it now. I've lost it.
Nope.
It's totally gone.
I
Lost
want
it.
to know why Spackle had me up behind her, like playing a video of me, like looking like I was spazzing and having a seizure.
I was wondering. Ben was up there too.
What,
Yeah,
right,
Jay.
can I? This is the question I was going to ask. Right? In what scenario would I be happy that my wee girl is sitting at the kitchen table singing a Jesus song? In what scenario would that be a good thing?
Okay,
Well, if
I've got
it's a
one.
nightmare and it's not real.
I've got one.
If you already know the answer to this because you see my Twitter, Savage, you do.
No.
Okay, go.
You think that I watch your Twitter? That's funny. I mean, if you send me a link. Yeah, my thought is if she like had a friend that was like a Christian friend and it was like a song that they picked up from her Christian friends, cousins, whatever, and like it was just like a song that they were singing when they were skipping rope and she brought it home. Like, your daughter's young and innocent. She doesn't know what the fuck she's singing about.
Has
I know a
Christmas
good
song?
Christian song that they could be singing.
anybody, right? People here have met my daughter. They've seen my daughter. She's very outspoken. She's very, well, not outspoken. She's very social.
Oh, she gets that off the mother.
I was gonna say outspoken, but okay.
Okay. Well, the scenario that I'm happy that my wee girl is singing a Jesus song is because on Tuesday she got the lead role in her very first nativity play ever, and she is playing Mary, the mother of Jesus. And she was
Why is Mary, the mother of Jesus, singing a Jesus song?
a good thing. Because she
No. Like how? Well, how does that work?
right,
in the
okay, can
pageant?
we agree? Okay. She's 4, turning 5, and it's
Yeah.
not the fucking
no,
theater.
you missed the
It's a
point.
nativity play in a primary school. But
Yeah,
can
it's
we
fine.
agree that Mary and Joseph in the nativity play are some of the lead roles?
They are the lead.
She's asking why
Besides
would
the
Mary
narrator.
sing to her baby Jesus in real life?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is why is Mary singing?
She's singing a wee song about rocking baby Jesus to bed in this manger after giving birth and stuff. She's doing a wee
Oh, okay.
and she was like, "Daddy, do you want to hear the song I have to sing on Tuesday?" And I was like, "I fucking definitely do."
Well, I'll advise you not to watch the Flint Street Nativity.
For a bed.
What's that?
Well, it was a guy, a writer, and he had a bunch of friends who were primary teachers, right? And he kept getting all these ridiculous stories about what had happened in the various nativity plays. So he wrote a little drama for a comedy drama for television, and he amalgamated all these disasters from nativity plays into it. And it was adult actors playing the children.
Uh-huh.
And the day before my son was in his primary school nativity, or the night before, me and my husband watched the Flint Street Nativity. And we'd been looking forward to the school nativity play up until that point. And after we'd seen the Flint Street Nativity, we were petrified walking down to that primary school the next day.
Why did it add Brie and not add E? I think Dave's wrote a back door into the script where it just doesn't like B.
Dave wrote a back door into the script just for me.
Dave writes a back door into anything that'll take a back door, but that's a different conversation altogether.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not discussing Dave and backdoors. We ain't going there.
Oh, I haven't turned the bot on. If you literally in my live chat, whenever the bot is running, type exclamation mark fisting, the bot comes back. Calm the fuck down, Dave.
Is it the fisting that turns the bot on?
We could try. Sometimes it freaks the stream out. But Bree's here now, so that's more important than a bot fisting
Hi, Bree.
someone. Hi, Bree.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, sweetheart.
Did you see the show?
B. I saw like the last 10 minutes of it. I didn't, not enough to know. I know that Minnow won.
Yes, you know I lost. Yeah. Again, I lost again.
Team Minnow.
Right. Can I?
I have a question.
Oh no! Before your question, Bree, can I have you in my team before Savage has you on her team? Would you please come and join my team? Can I get you? You would smash evolution. You know you're going to smash science. Can I have a winning team? Will you come join my team? You be in my team.
I could be on your team. I'd have to be on a time where I'm available, though. You know, my schedule's all messed up right now. Should be, hopefully.
We'll do it a Saturday.
I have a question.
Yeah, I could do Saturdays. Mm-hmm. Who was on your team this time?
Mr. Willis and Sammy. And they were destroyed by like fucking 180 points going into the last round that you can only win 100. So there was a possibility of losing by 280 points.
That's why I'm off camera.
Pull the mercy button instead.
And we have lost Bree's face for a wee second there because Ox is dying for the bot. There we go.
I have a question for the viewers, the spectators. I was told previously in the first episode that I was maybe not the most unbiased with my delivery of the questions. And my question is whether or not I was better at being unbiased this time.
I didn't think you were biased.
Yeah,
at
you
all.
were. That wasn't aimed at you.
No.
But nobody else was answering.
I mean,
there is only.
And she
actually,
did
I would
say the audience.
I would
didn't
say
see
that this was
biased.
aimed at Grant because Grant is the only.
Can
person.
we let Beck talk since he's the only one who is trying to talk, who is
No,
an actual
no,
person
fuck
I
it.
asked the
Fuck
question to?
yeah, mute yourself, Math Pig. No, I don't think you were biased. I don't think anybody was biased during it. I didn't see
Okay.
that. I mean,
feel
like
I
I
was probably giving
saw the
something
last like
away with my
25,
face.
30 minutes, but
Okay.
When you're the passive team, you should probably like turn off your camera as well as your mic, right? Because
No, because then
I
we
think
want to
you're
hear you
all
guys
really
laugh
into
and
one.
giggle.
but if you know, like if they say, "Oh, I think it's this," and then you can't help but smile, maybe you're giving it away a little bit, right?
Oh, so Math Pig and I should go off screen.
No, I mean like me, you know. Basically, I'm saying I'm an open book.
I
that's like,
mean,
I wonder
there
if the
was-
answer is this. I'm going, stop nodding. What you doing?
I think
well, I mean, like,
the biggest
Spackle
problem
did
is
straight up
is me
tell
and
you the
Savage.
answer.
Yeah,
to
the, big,
one
the,
of
the
the
biggest problem
Yeah,
is
there was that one that I just derped out on for some reason. I don't know why.
the biggest
I'm just
problem is
always
me and
proud when my
Savage. We
friends get
give
the right
away the
answer.
answers, and we give away the answers by when our team says the correct answer. We then shout out, "You need an oink" or "You need a splash."
Yeah,
Right. Also,
we'll stop doing it.
yeah, we need to stop doing that. That's one thing we just need to stop doing. I don't think that we should be muted because there is input that we can give that is limited. You know, we are allowed to say certain things and say this, that, and the other. One of the answers that I was aiming for tonight that was towards, I think, Fiona and Spackle, it was a 2-part answer. The second part led to the first part, and I gave the second part as
You
a clue.
did, yeah. It was one of the seal questions. You said like
Yes, but taking
said one
from
of
the
them in
conversation
particular.
that was going, the fact that everybody was saying, I don't know a goddamn thing about any fucking seal in
Right.
the world. I knew by giving the clue it's a seal from the Antarctic Ocean that nobody would have a clue anyway because
Arctic.
We still got it wrong.
this yeah.
Arctic.
Yeah, I had no clue. Yeah.
Yeah, if you know nothing about seals in the entire world, then you don't know anything about the seals from the Arctic. So I can give that as a clue. You know, you get what I mean?
See, yeah, my problem was the only one I could think of was fur seals.
The funniest moment of the entire show for me personally was when Spackle was very calmly going, well, you know, adoption. And Fiona was like, yeah, it's one of those questions. All right.
Oh.
And we need to get that. And she was like, well, the only thing I know is
Adaptation.
adoption.
Yeah.
Or adaptation.
Yeah,
sorry.
adaptation. I was like, I think it's adaptation,
There-
but that's like
there
the
was
one of the few words I know, like vocabulary that always pops in my head because the zoo says it over and over and over again. Is adaptation, 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 and it's like they're showing off a bird and like and so it's grilled in my head. I'm like adaptation.
If Fiona
My favorite
asked
part-
Aaron Ra, Fiona and
See, I
Aaron
hate
Ra
that
would
word.
probably be in
The question-
agreement. But it's
the
Canon
question was
Wars.
phrased
It's not a
slightly
discussion
in a-
with Aaron Ra. It's just adaptation.
See, I hate
I
that word,
think-
adaptation because it gives the impression that the animal adapts because of the environment, as if they've got a goal in mind.
Yeah.
Well, no,
The
if
back-
I can,
and that's why I was very clear about that. in
yes, that's
the
what I was going to say. Her
definition.
question was, or it was aimed and specifically said about the environment.
I think the snag with that question was
Bree's very
phrased the
quiet,
way
and
that
Bree
they
is a
do.
very Bree would be like Fiona and would suck the penis of evolution an awful lot.
Yeah. So what was the question? I missed the question now. It's about adaptation.
Questions would
It
be.
was just the question
you
was
have it
that
in front
the
of you.
definition of adaptation. It was like, what
Well,
is
you
this?
know, read the question for Bree so it's specific.
But
You have it in front of you.
I
what
will
is the
find it.
name of a what do we call?
It's right in
a-
front
a
of her.
group
Willis, she's gonna read it. Relax.
What do you call a variation that can help an organism survive in its environment?
And the answer was adaptation.
Hmm
Yes.
And-
So
and
the
what was
agony
your
I would
answer,
have
Fiona? Fiona, what was the answer that you gave?
I can't remember. It was
It was something that was like slightly more specific, and
yeah.
it was like it's not
yes,
really
slightly
accurate.
more specific, not long-winded. Slightly more
was-
specific.
It started with a P, maybe.
Here's the thing that I did though is for adaptation and speciation, I literally went like I don't remember what I think it was probably Merriam-Webster dictionary that I used. And and just went with the most basic definition and was like, what do you call blah, 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 blah.
Oh, Merriam-Webster's dreadful.
I know, but if I used
Um,
Oxford, I would be here for a month and a half still telling you the definition.
I know. Look up Merriam-Webster for abiogenesis and see
You
what it said.
misunderstand what I'm saying. What I wanted was a dictionary for a 6th grader, and
know,
that's what I
but-
got.
At Merriam-Webster's,
It's a dictionary for a 6th grader.
yeah, no, it's worse than that. One of the problems for abiogenesis, it calls it spontaneous generation.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
That's
exactly.
way too oversimplified.
Right.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
ask.
No.
I'm
It's not oversimplified. It's wrong.
I'm
It's
feeling frisky.
wrong.
I'm feeling frisky. I want to test Bree. Right. We're gonna see. Bree.
I was going to tell you my favorite part of the stream, but okay.
You're gonna test Bree.
You've only interrupted me
I'll
3
play.
times on my own channel, so sorry for shutting you down the 4th. I apologize.
I had my hand up for 5 minutes waiting to ask a question.
Right. They're all really. I know Bree's going to get every one of these questions right.
Oh, don't build me up
What
too
are you
much.
doing? Don't you dare be using my questions. I wrote each and every single one of those questions for a freaking Canon Wars episode. And if you waste them on non-Canon Wars episodes, you have to swear everybody to secrecy. And you've got this on a freaking public stream. There's no way to do that.
Can I just say these questions? The questions that I'm going to give to Bree are the ones that you asked earlier.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
In
If you give
1896.
me a reasonable response,
Okay,
I'm
you're
down
still
with
going to
it.
interrupt me. Do I have to actually kick you from the room, or are you going to just?
I was defending you.
Kick her. No, she was defending you.
Thank you, back. In 1896, a Pittsburgh study of the peppered moth, common in the northern hemisphere, found that during the Industrial Revolution, what genetic trait was beneficial to the peppered moth population in the industrial areas like Pittsburgh and Detroit?
Is it a pigment mutation?
In what way?
More specific, please.
Like speciation, I guess, or not speciation, but
What
pigment
was the
mutation.
trait? What happened that caused? What was?
Oh, is it evolution? Is that the answer?
Fucking get darker.
What?
Shit got
What
darker.
trait? Yeah, their wings got fucking
Yeah.
darker.
Oh, what happened to them? Yeah, they got
They
because
matched the fucking soot on the fucking
Yeah.
side of the buildings.
Right.
How wild is that? They've
Right.
figured
Oh
it out
my
that instead of matching the bark on the
God.
trees,
Well,
that
have
it's
you
more
now, just to
beneficial
say-
for them to match the fucking soot
Just-
on the side of the factory buildings.
Okay, I'm gonna kick her. She just can't help herself. Okay, just to say, Brainbug knew what we were talking about. Bree is under pressure right now, and it's not in the so.
Well, I didn't know what the answer you were looking for.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You haven't got any of the context. You haven't got any of the rules and the specifications. We'll go with the next one. Question 2.
And then just before you do, Math Big,
Oh.
and then decades later they checked again, and after the air pollution had reduced, the species had become lighter again, hadn't they? They'd readapted towards their original color because they.
But guys, that's just variation within a kind.
Okay, right, question 2. Bree,
You know what that's
Bree,
like? It's
are you
like
listening?
people
If
that
it's
live
a
in
moth
different.
created
Actually, not
non-moth.
speciation.
It's
Bree.
like people that live in different areas and
I'm
have
kicking
different
everyone.
skin tones
I'm
because of their
kicking
environment.
I'm kicking everyone.
What a crazy idea! Maybe they're all the same underneath.
Right.
Nah.
We've got a question about that too, Beck. Wait.
Nah.
Wait.
Question 2. After leaving the Galapagos Islands, Charles Darwin found that all the dead birds he brought back, thinking
Read
they were different
the
species.
way I wrote it.
were
Daddy
all-
D.
What?
That was totally jumbled up. You want to do that again?
That was not the way that I wrote the question. But go
After
ahead.
leaving the Galapagos, Charlie D found that all the dead birds he brought back, thinking they were different species, were all what? Question mark. Is that specific enough for you?
You're talking about the Darwin's finches?
There you go. Good man.
Darwin's Finches is one of my atheist swears as well.
Question
Like, when
3.
you're surprised-
Question.
Oh,
We're
I
gonna no.
like
We're just.
that,
I just
Willis.
want to
Damn,
fly
Bree.
through these to show. Right.
Why? We just had a full fucking episode about it.
Bree's fantastic, and I want to show off how wonderful she is.
Hey.
I apologize.
I got another name for you,
I feel
Bree.
put on the spot.
I got another name for you. If you ever want to use like a sub name, you should use Brain Debris.
Brain debris.
Oh, super.
So it's like debris, but of Brie. Like Brie.
Like D apostrophe.
Yeah, like DE and then BRE.
Oh, I was thinking like the straight up like.
Oh,
is
no,
it
D's their
Italian where
name.
you do. But Italian names, I think they do like a D apostrophe.
Yeah, you
Sounds
can do it like a capital DE apostrophe capital BRE.
So it's
Well,
funny
yeah.
that what originally I thought of the handle brain bug because when we were moving into this house, I had a box, a big box that was labeled Brian's Bugs because I was going by.
Oh,
Brian
that's
back
right.
then.
You did tell me it
And-
was because of Brian's bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody was reading the box and said, "What's brain bugs?" And I'm like,
Oh, someone else read it and thought it said. Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, because in Brian and brain is just switching the I and the A around. People call me or write brain and emails and stuff to me all the time at work too. And
my mum.
My wife used to have that. That was her birth name.
My mum
Yeah.
All
had
the
a friend
time
that
we
was
get-
called Brian, and yeah, he got called Brian and wrote down his brain in most of the paperwork at work back when Mum used to work with him. Like I worked in the canteen with her.
She
I
used
was
to
like,
get
"Oh,
Starbucks half the time. It was for brain. Yeah.
It's a common switch.
yeah, Starbucks was I get brain on my cup all the time.
My wife did too. Yeah, all the fucking time. Like,
You know,
whatever.
it's easier now with Beck than it is with whoever it was with B because everybody would say like BEA and I go no BE and they go BEE no BE so just a B no BE like B just let it be and they go oh okay and now it's like oh Beck and they're like okay Beck you know like this is so much easier like saying that on the phone all day long. How do you spell your name? What does it matter?
Here's one for you, Beck. In real life, I do go by Red, but I used to go by my initials, which I like. Funny thing, nobody talked about like genderqueer or non-binary like back when I was a kid, and I insisted on going by my initials instead of my very gendered first name.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would always say it, and people, I cannot tell you the amount of times where people would say, "Can you spell that?" And it's literally my initials. It's like,
I know your initials, so that's how could you even fuck that up?
When the opportunity arises, I would like to give Fiona a wee bit more of a chance. Fiona doesn't come in camera very often tonight, so I'd really like to, bring awareness to that she's not only came on camera tonight and did a big thing, and mashed everybody by 10 points, and got most of the questions right for Team Minnow.
Golf clap.
Do I know Fiona? Her voice sounds so familiar.
By the way,
This voice.
Minnow, I have to say,
Fiona has
early. I caught that. Round of applause.
Fiona has been
I said it.
around-
In the
I would say I would refer to Fiona as old guard. You know about Christopher Marty and all that sort of group, Brie, and all the respect that I put towards that group. Fiona's part of
Yeah.
that group as well. We're very lucky to have her on screen tonight.
Fiona, I did
Hear,
have
hear.
a request when it was announced that you were going to be on my team for tonight, and that request was that I ask you on stream, if you feel up to it, to say the phrase "purple burglar alarm," but only if you feel up to it. I don't want you to feel
Alarm.
pressured. Oh, I talked over it.
Wait, say it again?
You did. Purple burglar alarm.
Oh, no problem.
No problems whatsoever.
Have you been
Problems for people
practicing?
understanding it, not problems for the Scottish lady talking it.
I usually get asked to say things like, I don't know why, Moira McTaggart. There's been a murder.
I was.
I love murder. I love murder.
Murder.
Clunker posse.
You roboted
And
there.
Is that a word?
Roboted.
You may take
Yeah,
our
you did.
lives, but you'll never take our freedom.
Oh,
That's what I usually get asked to say.
Have you
I
seen
don't know why.
have you seen the wind up from the radio show HB Fash? Have you seen that one? It's really, really funny. Like,
I'm giving Titan all of about 5 minutes.
HB Fash.
Titan will be in about 5 minutes. Titan will be in the fucking chat for me, so I'll preempt and I'll go, stay away from me, Lucky Charms.
Stay away from me, Lucky Charms.
Listen, if you don't mind, guys, can I clarify one thing here, right? And I have to do it. It's one of those things like having to go to confession. I have to say this. See, when we all talk about adaptation and the pepper moths and all the rest of it, right? And we say, and so they became darker so that they would blend in. No. There's no intention there at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that the ones that were darker survived to breed. They survived to pass on their genes, and they survived to be sampled. But when we talk about adaptation, when we say they became darker so that they blah blah blah, it makes it sound so
They became
intentional.
darker
And this
because
is
of-
why I hate. This is why I hate the term adaptation, because people think, oh, so the moth decided to adapt.
Yeah, no.
No,
See, and
that's what that is the thing. It really.
It's a filter.
It's something
Yeah.
that a lot of people don't understand. They think evolution has a direction. No, it
No.
doesn't.
Nobody in this
see,
chat.
and I think it's more
Right,
than that too. There is a bit of that mixed in with our useless language.
Yes.
Our language has failed us so much, and because our
Not
language
useless,
is
but
so
limited.
religiously based, we end up using terms like, or phrases like, when the universe was created. We don't think it was created, but we say these terms, and
The
the other
colloquial.
side will
Yeah.
jump on those
Right.
terms and say,
Yeah.
"See, you even think it was created?" And it's like, no,
Not really.
I
I
don't
really
have a
hate-
word. I can say puffed into existence or, you
That's-
know,
I
expanded.
generally
Have
use-
you ever
but-
talked to somebody who's a native Hebrew speaker about the first part of Genesis? Because there's no verb for to be in Genesis or in Hebrew.
Yep. It's
I
weird.
always use the phrase, a giant pink rhino could have come in, farted us into existence, and then left.
Well, there's other
there's-
like
you can't
saying
say-
Lady Abstract Butterflies. You like my honey? I don't know. Have you had my honey? You'll be getting
like
perverted.
What is happening? Did I just like
No.
segue into a parallel universe?
saying that something was designed to do something like
This is upside down.
You got to be
world.
careful using that terminology even colloquially because
Right, how, you see, that's my
Right.
problem. The fucking word.
think
You're
I had a
right.
stroke.
That particular
You guys
word.
are right to call me on it. You guys are right.
That particular
There's-
word.
My
I
wording
strugg-
was bad.
Oh, she really can't help herself, can she? Thank you. Am I allowed to talk now?
Did you not realize that there's like a delay? Go ahead.
Jeez.
This is the co-host banter,
It's not just the language, right? Like our whole brain is just not programmed to be able to conceive of these concepts very
give
well,
up.
right?
Don't give up,
Exactly,
Robbie.
Willis. I think you're exactly right.
I'm here for you, man.
Intuition.
You're just smart
I
monkey.
know
You
we're
got
on his
this.
stream, but like, just fucking forget that he exists. Move on.
Yeah. Look, he'll give me 20 seconds. He will. I said to my friend the other day, I said we're about 2 weeks out of the caves, and we're about 1 week off self-driving flying cars. Our brains are not designed for the. Sorry, bad phrase. Our brains are not adapted.
Adapted well to.
We're not meant for the world
That's
that we
not
live
any
in.
better.
The Anthropocene has moved a lot faster than our brains are able to evolve to accommodate it, both physically and
Hi,
culturally. Yeah?
Richard.
Things are moving faster than our brain can handle. And Math Pig, I'm sorry, it is your stream.
But is it?
You sure? I just,
don't
do your thing.
don't
You just do your thing. You just do your thing. Go ahead.
Don't feel bad about using the word design. I
lonely
say it all the
kid.
time, and then I'm like, I gotta
Because
clarify.
you're
that I mean-
using it colloquially, that I
Yeah.
can't say.
Colloquial. Now you fucked me up. I can't even say it.
Did you guys see Amaro's
Right, no, shut
comment
up.
in the
Okay,
chat?
I swear to fuck. I tried 3 times. Sammy, I give up. I give up. Savage interrupted me again. I give up.
You're broken.
He's gone, he's
Did
gone.
I interrupt him again? I'm sorry. Like
Well,
I.
he definitely hasn't gone through menopause yet. Just saying.
I'm
Anyway,
having a
I have
midlife
a
crisis.
delay,
I'm having a midlife crisis.
Okay.
Nobody in this stream has any difficulty understanding what we mean if we talk about design or adaptation or functionality, but you give a small amount of ammunition to those young Earth creationist dickheads who take that word and run with it, and they're bad enough at taking well-defined words and bastardizing them to try to fit them into their context. So, nobody here misunderstands anything that anyone said. Yeah, we're quite clear on it because you use words as they're understood. But if we were trying to be understood by a broader audience, we perhaps ought to be more careful with our words.
You get clipped. That's what happens. They
Quote
take-
mind, yeah.
they take
Yeah.
the clip. So I once said, there's no way I believe God created everything in 6 days. And I was quote mined. Fiona said, I believe God created everything in 6 days.
Yeah.
And
that should be
that-
a criminal offence.
And that quote mine was used so many times. Oh, look, Fiona's changed her tune now. Now she goes on about evolution, but this is what she used to believe. And you think, you bastards.
You see,
Yeah,
this is
so
the
far
problem,
out of
right?
context.
This is the problem that I have, and I've mentioned it before, and Savage will know all about this because she's got multiple streams on a particular topic about this. Fiona, you may know something about this too, but when you take an incident from a certain thing, maybe the non sequitur show or anything like that, and different people, you can take this conversation and snip it this, and this. I've experienced it myself. I've seen it as an observer. This is the problem that I see with the internet right now, is people go, I want to see a fucking receipt of this person saying this thing. And you're like, right, well, that person said this thing. Where's the context?
Yeah.
Where's the
Well, that's why
rest
I-
of the conversation? Spackle, you have...
I try to show context, right? So I think it's important. There are people that make an effort to show context. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
There are
You
definitely.
stole my doll and holding him for
So,
ransom. So right now in
In
my
what
channel...
context did you steal Matt Pig's doll?
So what had
What's the
happened
surrounding
was.
context?
So what had happened was.
Hey, did
You
you
don't
see
need to
my
worry
granny?
about it. She's not gonna be here. So.
Hey, did you see my back? Did you see my granny?
I know, man.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like ready to cry.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, she had me almost in tears.
I mean,
Almost. I
Please.
was bawling my eyes out.
Wait, why were we in
Yeah.
tears? What
No,
happened?
but the point I'm trying to make is the fucking
Robbie's
culture.
grandma.
The culture
God.
that we are
Okay.
in now, right? The
I'm a
culture that we are
sociopath.
in.
I don't cry. I'm just kidding.
The culture that we are in right now, I have evidence to show that 3 generations of my family are now upset that Holy Spackle has stolen my Scotty doll. I have proof and evidence. I also have DMs. I have pictures of stuffing. I can create an entire... this
There's
is
fucking
true.
receipts. I mean, when it comes to YouTube receipts, he has fucking receipts.
You can create any narrative you want. The internet... Right, hold on. Can we make this
Well,
comparison?
up to a
No,
point. Up to a
Tell-
point.
Tell me if this metaphor is correct. Can we make now an analogy that this is what we are surviving in and what we're living in now, the community, all this bullshit back and forth, it's basically the fucking Bible. There's that much shit going on that you can take whatever the fuck you want from it and make whatever the fuck you want out of it. All the atheists with their fucking drama have become fundamental Christians by just taking this shit and replacing it with this shit. And I'm sick of everybody not changing their actions and their ways of life, just changing their goals and their opinions and beliefs. You can't go to one without changing your. You need to be better people.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I think that's what's killed all the good conversations.
We were just talking about that the other day, Math Pig. We were talking about how certain people in the atheist community are so quick to, if a Christian pops up or someone they don't agree with, they're quick. They're like, that's it. Mute and block them, kick them,
Yeah.
instead of having a conversation. And it's like becoming a little pandemic through the community. It's like happening more and more. And
polarization,
we want to stop that shit and create conversations. That's what we should be doing here.
Can I chime in here as a theist real quick?
Hell no. Kicker. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I just to make it clear, I hate Holy Spackle, regardless of the fact that she's a Christian.
So Fiona is also a theist, by the way.
I know that, yeah.
You do not have to disbelieve science and be a theist. Like it's not required.
Right.
What I was gonna say is real quick. 1 second here. I got handed a microphone. This is really cool. Here you go.
Not bad.
I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about how atheists communicate with theists, right? I have had really excellent conversations years past with Simos. Simos was excellent in conversation with Christopher Mowdy. Excellent conversation. With folks like, I don't know, I'm trying to just think off the top of my head, Dragnaut, people that actually will settle down and actually have one-to-one conversations and explore different ideas and treat you like a person as you come at them. And that has built so much understanding for me as somebody that is a theist that grew up incredibly sheltered. I grew up as a young earth creationist. I grew up homeschooled. I started changing those ideas as I got more information and I pursued education in my late 20s, right? And I started to kind of, dare I say, evolve in that way. But having conversations with folks that are atheists was one of those things that I couldn't wrap my head around it. My brother was an atheist. I didn't feel like I was safe to have these conversations with him without him feeling attacked. It was interesting to have conversations with people sometimes it was an octagon, and I have my share of like weird stories about that, but sometimes there were some people that elevated conversation, had good conversation, kind of Shannon Q-ified the conversation, and for those people I'm very grateful.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think one of the things that we used to do a lot of was we would talk about our beliefs, and I'm not just talking about the Christians here, but everybody would talk about our positions. We would be there to inform people this is what our position is, and it's now become this is my position and it's the right one and you will believe it, and I hate that.
And it's not even that, Fiona, as well, right? You will say Christian and you will, you're speaking with a Scottish accent, so there's this, that and the other. People just jump on this label. People jumping on labels. It's become very less vague. To a certain point, being vague is very, very good when you're trying to describe a personality or a person, because labels don't work. My opinion is stories work. What happened in your life work. These sort of things. But if you walk out to me and say, I'm an atheist, I'm a Christian, I'm this, people, and especially in the YouTube circles that we are dealing in, grab that and go, right, so you instantly believe this. But you can be you can be an atheist with some agnostic opinions that are atheist to that guy. You can be all three different fucking things at once. But if they put that upon you by using labels, you then get this giant stamp on your fucking forehead. I've said it once, I'll say it again. If you put me in a pigeonhole, it makes me easier to shoot. And it's the whole idea of not having
the gotcha.
It's about getting gotcha points now. That's how you win in a conversation. Where conversations used to be about exploring the mind, exploring opinions, exploring people, getting to know people. It's now become gotcha points because, as you say, my point is right, yours is wrong. How can I destroy you?
Yeah. And you see, I just discovered that by recently again identifying as a Christian, I discovered that I apparently believe that the world was created in 6 literal days about 6,000 years ago, and there was really a flood and an ark, a menagerie bobbing along in the waves. And I also believe
You're a flat
X,
earther.
Y, and Z, and everything that they ascribed to me was basically Southern Baptist. It was real, what I call the radical evangelical fundamentalist
That's the
beliefs.
person that they've interacted with. So by saying that label that
Yes.
they're used to, they have jumped
Yeah.
upon it. So if I say
And-
cheesecake to an American, what I mean cheesecake over here and cheesecake in America, they're two different things. And you jump upon that and go, I don't like cheesecake. Well, try out my Ma's strawberry cheesecake. It's totally different than what it's.
But I mean, I shocked,
Is it made with
I've shocked a
ricotta?
lot of people. I shocked loads of people because I let them go on for quite some time. And then I'll say, but I don't believe any of that. Here is what I believe. And I'll go through it. And they'll say, what kind of Christian are you? And I'll say, I'm a Roman Catholic. I mean, it doesn't come any more sort of based in history than that does. And I don't mean true when I say history. But it's one of the oldest, I'll call it sects, Shala. And this is weird to them. They don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
They think the Roman Catholics are even more radical and fundamental than the radical evangelical fundies of America.
Fiona, right? Funny story, right?
Depends.
They're talking Roman Catholic to what a Roman Catholic is in America. And Roman Catholics in America are generally making that decision to distinct themselves from other religions in the Christianity umbrella. Oh, watch my LED mood lighting. They're doing that to, for whatever reasons they're doing, and that's what they're used to, the Roman Catholic in America. Roman Catholics over here, there's a phrase in Northern Ireland that Roman Catholics are Protestants and Protestants are atheists. It's a Roman Catholic over here. I am.
Yeah, here,
Let me
the
finish.
top is
Play-
the Southern Baptist.
Oh, please. I got interrupted loads earlier. I'd really like just this.
Yeah, stop talking.
I'm from a very Protestant area, a very Protestant family, and all the rest of it. I've dated more Catholics than I have Protestants. It's just because of the general area, but it doesn't mean that. Like, I've interacted with more Roman Catholics. The point I'm trying to make is than I have people from the Protestant faith, people from the Presbyterian faith, and the Presbyterians are worse than the Catholics. Presbyterians are 10 times worse than the Catholics.
Well,
All
I'm
depends
actually,
from where you're from. I do apologise that I didn't mean to be rude there, Savage.
I'm actually from a Protestant family. I converted. My family are from an area in Scotland where you don't drive a green car. Where somebody painted their house, they painted every single brick red, white, and blue.
That's where I grew up. Every single curve
And-
was red, white, and
right.
blue.
And that's my family background.
Yeah.
And I converted. I made the decision to convert. And I have had no contact
Well,
with
my
the
uncle,
remaining members of my family since, because I mean my parents, my dad was dead when I was 6, and my mother was already dead before I converted, but my mother would have been fine with it. It's more distant family that I've not had any contact with, because a Catholic, she's become a Catholic, and that was like me saying I was going to run down the street bare ass naked with a tulip up my ass.
Like, my uncle David,
So-
again, coming from this line, my uncle David, he was the same as yourself, Fiona, and to the point where he converted on paper to Catholic because the woman he married was a Catholic. Not that they either go to chapel; they spend more time in the Windmill, which is the pub at the end of the corner of where they live, than they do in chapel. But he converted on paper, But my daughter, my daughter's mother, considering, as I say, my background, do you know Martin McGuinness from Northern Ireland? Like,
Yep.
you know of this person. She's from London.
Oh yeah.
Right. So she's from Londonderry, and like her uncles and her uncles' friends and stuff used to hang around with that crowd. And I'm from this crowd. I was literally, my ancestors were sent over here to breed the Catholics out. But the fact that our wee girl has no idea about absolutely any of that. I sat down one day and did a partial family tree from my side. I want to get one from her side. And my wee girl is what I want Northern Ireland to be. Half Catholic, half Protestant. And not even as arbitrary as that, but to the point where nobody gives a shit.
Because you're not a cunt, though, right?
We are a prime example. She comes from a family of people who used to blow up Protestants, and I come from the family of Protestants that they used to blow up because we were sent over here to breed them out. And we produced the absolutely best example of a little Irish princess you've ever seen in your life. My daughter is brilliant, and on that I'll be quiet because I will go down a rabbit hole of how class she is, and I have to stop.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, mate. Can I just backtrack it a little bit then, please? It's a great story, that though, mate. That's wonderful to hear. And if everyone did that, then we wouldn't need a peace
Loving
process.
the glasses, Brie. Loving the glasses.
Just be solved in a few short weeks. The internet is so polarized, and I seem to say it every time we come on, mate. The internet's so polarizing, and I don't really know a way past it. But one YouTuber who I think is really good at having the actual conversation and in letting people speak even when he doesn't agree with them in the slightest, and also when it goes against the sort of accepted polemic, is Derek Lambert, Myth Vision podcast. I have a huge amount of time for his ability to always have a good question to ask anyone, even if it clearly goes against what he now
He's a good networker as well. He gets good names on as well. There's usually about 300 people watching or so. He's a very good networker.
I've got a lot of time for him.
I've tapped him twice now. I'm thinking of getting them on. Like, we're going to follow through on that. But that's nothing that I can say is But yeah, no, a lot of respect for the man.
He's very honest as well, right? Like he's very candid about his past, and he's forgiving of the place where other people have come from, and I just really rate him as a human being.
I find that weird that last statement you said. You rate this one guy as a human being. I rate every single person as a minimum as a human being.
Well, what I mean is he's high up on my list of good human beings.
That's different. Yes.
That's just a phraseology.
Right now,
thing,
I'm going to
mate.
be an asshole. Can you define a good human being for me? Just off that one video or two videos that you watch a week off YouTube, can you define as he is a good human being? Do you know that he actually has? Did you know that he has 12 little puppies trapped in his basement in cages? Did you know that? You don't know that. You don't know these things.
I mean, I'm a few thousand hours deep into his stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as good, is there?
Just to clarify, Myth Vision podcast does not have 15 puppies in his mythical basement. I'm just making a point.
There's a lot I admire about that man, not least the fact that he was able to recover from a heroin addiction and talk openly about it. Because it's a big... Yeah, your average person on the street, and I would say it's probably worse in America in terms of the perception, is like, oh, you're a scumbag if you take heroin. Well, everyone's just one or two decisions or one or two life events away from that kind of thing happening to them, right?
Everybody's one bus away from that happening, because when you go to the fucking hospital, they give it to you. The only difference is the old stereotypical mice fucking experiment, Give a mice some heroin, leave him on its own, goes wrong. Give a mice some heroin, send him home to his family, he does all right. People go to fucking hospital, they get morphine and things like that. It's statistically, and we could skew this conversation any way we wanted.
Yeah, the opioid crisis is that people like to talk about heroin and stuff because it's a street drug, but it's really pharmaceutical grade opioid that people are.
Absolutely, Bree.
addicted to.
Absolutely.
And then the whole fentanyl thing that, you know, fucking flooding it
Mhm.
with fentanyl. It's
Well, yeah, that's what people are dying from is the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Weed
even
is
really
not a
people
gateway
dying from
drug.
heroin anymore.
Weed is not a gateway drug. Fucking codeine is more of a fucking gateway drug than fucking weed is.
Tramadol is more of a gateway drug.
Well, tramadol's more
Okay.
extreme than codeine. I was trying to, but
Can I
Oh,
tell
really?
you?
Here they'll give you tramadol like it's fucking candy codeine. They lock
Can I tell you my tramadol story real quick? I know a couple of you already know this one, but so I had a vasectomy, and on day 2, my 2-year-old son power punched me in the balls just as hard as he can. It was like a real good shot, yeah, and you get that instant horrible feeling, and then then I felt sick, and then the pain really kicked in, and I promise I'm not exaggerating. For 30 days, every successive day, the pain was worse. So at this point, you're not interested in what the dosing instructions say. Yeah, like my job was to survive this pain. So I was eating codeine and tramadol like they were sweets, and on about day 30, and I was 35 years old, and I'm not an inexperienced person, and I'm not a theist, but a devil the size of the universe appeared at the extent of my vision, and then travelled at the speed of light all the way to me and then through me. And I went, and I looked at my now ex-wife and said, I can't take tramadol anymore.
I don't know. You may have missed
Good
out.
that you
on this.
recognize that.
You may have missed out on this, Willis. If you go back a few months, I had a kidney infection. I'm quite prone to kidney infections, so I get used to them, and I did not go to the doctor for this most recent one within the space of a week, and my daughter kicked me between the legs. And
Dear.
That was the same day I went and got my vasectomy. I remember that 'cause we were both laid up with our balls aching.
right.
at the
Well,
same
my
time.
my literal right nut was minimum 4 times the size that it should be. I was 18 hours in A&E with my legs in the air, and the best that I got was 500 milligrams of paracetamol.
Tylenol. That is
Paracetamol.
Tylenol for all the U.S. people.
Right. Whatever that is.
Acetaminophen.
It's Tylenol.
It's actually very effective as an IV drug, paracetamol.
Oh, no. Here's a-
Tylenol and paracetamol are exactly the same.
Okay,
It's
well,
the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you've
It's
been
only
waiting
Tylenol,
14
500
hours.
milligram Tylenol. It's what you buy in the store.
Right, well, you've been waiting 14 hours. Here's a tablet. You can't have 2, right? Like,
That's really bad.
And let me tell you,
have
I'm going to tell you
codeine?
right now, Math Big.
I
you're in
went
the
and got
United States-
right, man. No joke. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm just addressing
What?
Bree. In my car that I drove there myself. Okay, after driving 2 hours from picking up my daughter, and then driving another 45 minutes from my house to the hospital the next day after it had swollen, and getting out in the car, I had what we refer to over here as cocodamol, which would be now there's cocodamol you can buy over the counter, which goes to 8 milligrams codeine, 500 milligrams paracetamol. But then there's the one that are prescribed to you that I would get for my migraines, and they're 30 milligram codeine and 500 milligram paracetamol. And the hospital would only get, I was like, I'm going to be back in about 10 minutes and going out for a smoke. And I went out to the car and took my own tablets from the glove box and took them as painkillers because they were stronger than what the fucking hospital would give me.
But no, that's what I was gonna say, man. Here in the U.S., since you're like a white dude and
Thanks.
you went in the ER with any kind of like testicle, penile, anal, prostate, anything male pain, they will drug you up.
I am
Like
not
they
joking.
will drug.
Yeah, they'll
I-
just
After
fucking give it to
12
you.
guy
hours.
when I was an EMT, and his fucking short story, he cheated on his wife, came home drunk, tried to have sex with her after she told him 3 times no, and she grabbed his nuts and yanked on him. And
Good on her.
And I'm not kidding, his scrotum was hanging by his taint. That much of skin was attached still.
B.
And
Good on
so
her.
they had his like, hold on, they had his like ball sack like laying on the freaking a Chuck's pad, you know, those absorbent pads. And we were like talking to him, and we were going to take him to a different hospital. It's a big trauma center where they can help him and everything. And he's like, "Hey, can we stop for a cigarette?" And I'm like, "No, dude, we don't have time for that." And he's like, "Hey, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Dude, just hold, we have to. We got to get you on the cot. We got to get you out of here. Like, we need to get you going." And he's like, "Yeah, but I want to stop and have a cigarette." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus." So finally, we were like, "Okay, you pick your body up and move it over, and we'll just hold the chucks pad." And move you over, and then when you go down, we'll gently go down with you. And he's like, "Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm 62. I don't need it anymore." So we got to move him over, and the chucks pad tilted, and his testicles rolled out of one of his testicles rolled out of his scrotum. And he said, "Man, you got to get me to the hospital now." I'm like, "Dude, that's what we've been trying to do." And I'm telling you, I have no gumption to look at the crotch of any man. But when that shit happened, I was like, "Oh, damn." You know what I mean? Like, that's...
I was
8 hours, right?
Willis.
The point is that they had him so drugged up, he was like, "What's up, man? Can we have a cigarette on the way out of here?" Like, they doped him up. They had him on a morphine drip.
And
that boy was
right.
fucked up.
This is the difference. I was 8 hours in A&E, and they walked out, and the nurse went out and put a sign between the waiting area and where the A&E area is. And I was like, "Oh, what's this sign she just put up?" And it was like, "Please be aware, waiting time is now 12 hours. And I was like, right, I've waited 8. If they're going to make me wait another 12, and I was like, excuse me, went over to the door, we're walking into the A&E area. Someone come over, and I was like, this is literally the future of my family. My fucking testicles make my little kids.
God.
I have one child, and I would like to have more. Can you please sort
Dude, you're an
this?"
A&E.
Right?
So wait.
It's literally life and death.
She walked off, right?
There's lots of kids
You
out
have
there
a
that need
kid.
to get
Okay,
adopted.
I know. All right, I know. She walked off, right, and said, "I'll be back," right? "I'll be back with 2 paracetamol." So I'm getting 1,000 milligrams of paracetamol, right? 3 hours later, she hadn't come back. Okay, I had struggled to move off the seat because my literal legs are in the air. So I went back to the door, and I'm like, "Right, you're supposed to be ringing me an ambulance to get me an ambulance from this small hospital to the big main hospital where I can be seen by the specialist. They will not let me drive. Okay, my car's out there. They have taken my keys off me, so I can't drive. Okay." And the woman who took my keys, who promised to give them to my mother when she arrived the next day to collect my car, is the same woman who forgot to give me tablets. And I stopped, looked her dead in the eye, and I goes, "I know you're busy, but I asked you for fucking tablets 3 hours ago, and you still haven't got me them. How can I trust you to give my mother the fucking keys when she comes in the morning?"
But no, I just wanted to say, look, before
Wait,
I joined on
Wildheart,
mobile,
I'm nearly finished. Wildheart, I'll just be finished, right?
Wow, Wildheart?
That's not Wildheart.
That's
fucking
not
midnight.
Wildheart.
Midnight.
Wow.
After another 3 hours of waiting for this ambulance that
Midnight's
didn't
gonna
come,
leave.
I then walked up to the
Yeah, I'm
reception.
not.
Walked up to the reception, handed
Ouch.
them my phone, told my mother was on the phone, right? Handed them the phone. My mother told them that she was in the car park and she was taking me to the main hospital. My mum was at home with her feet up. I walked outside with my keys, got into the car, and drove the fucking 40 minutes up the road by myself. Hello, Midnight.
Hey, okay.
Midnight
I don't know.
was actually one of the answers to one of the questions for my YouTube drama section, but
What? Well, no, well, hold on. First of all,
you didn't get that topic.
well, no. First of all, I want to know, Math Pig, whether you accidentally called me Wildheart or intentionally.
Absolutely,
was like-
100% accidentally.
I believe that.
Okay.
I believe that.
Okay. Because as you noticed in the private chat.
No, I can't actually. Now, people who have been on my streams regularly, we have hacked StreamYards. I've stretched it 3 by 3. That's why I literally can't see you. Remember, I said you'll not be able to be seen. I can't see the private chat.
Never mind.
3 by
That's
3
fine. Just...
is beautiful on a square screen.
I may have referenced an incident.
Yes, she referenced a certain incident.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to load up this thing and look at the private.
That was
Matt,
that was
how long
the
it before
question
you,
that was going to be referenced. See, so Speckle, you would have gotten points on that one.
Yeah, I would have. That would have been a good question for me.
How long was it before you wanted to risk doing a cum, and how long was it before it was pleasurable rather than painful?
I guess you're asking. Well,
Okay. Oh, there's a bald shaving thing, right? I see.
yeah.
No, not about the shaving. About your,
I didn't think we were going to
balls
say
against
it.
the floor.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I wasn't gonna say it, but
Oh,
you know.
okay. Midnight shaves his balls on stream. Okay, there people know now.
No, that's not what I do. That
No, there was a thing that happened in the back room, but
Anyway,
it
yeah.
was
Stop talking
not
about
midnight.
Wait, how do
who
you
was
know,
responsible.
Savage?
Savage knows
How do you
all
know?
about your
Every
back. Savage knows all about the back door. Okay. I mean, back room. Totally different.
Every
I don't
time
know.
I
maybe
have
know
Wild
this.
Heart on, I bring him up and I say, "You're not gonna shave your balls on this stream, are you?" Every time.
That's
Right,
true.
right.
That does happen.
Hold
Like-
on. I just want to do this, okay? Can we stop? I know I brought it up, but let's not. All right.
Let's go back to Luke Skywalker drinking from the teat.
Could I just talk about the cocodamol for a second?
Yes, let's talk about drugs instead. Go on ahead.
So,
Excuse me, before you start, can I just say I'm going to have to drop out. I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, run away.
Thanks for
Fiona.
having me.
Oh,
you
figures,
do whatever you want.
figures.
I'll let
Thank
you
you,
do it.
Congratulations.
Fiona.
You are
Bye,
the
And
best.
Fiona.
take care.
And your
Take
command,
care.
Fiona,
Love you.
before you leave, Fiona, before you leave,
Uh-huh.
can you please restate your commandment that you have earned the right to?
Thou shalt hold that Holy Spackle was the winner tonight.
Oh,
Okay, I do
That
have a
is-
question.
I
about-
love
Of course
you,
she's brilliant.
friends.
Of course
I love
she's
you.
brilliant. But
Okay,
anyway,
I
I'm going to
love
go. I
you.
really need to sleep.
Behave yourself
do
in
have a-
explosions. Be careful. Look after yourself, Fiona. And thank you
I
very
will do.
much.
Night, night.
Night, night.
Bye, Fiona. I do have a question for the Holy Speckle. Why did you switch from like red to purple in your background? Because I did like the purple. Sorry, the red haze better than the purple.
Did
Or-
you?
Yes.
Well, I
I prefer haze myself.
You do? You like the purple haze? Well,
I don't know. The red was better, but whatever.
Oh, wait,
Thanks
that's
for
purple
coming
ring.
I
on
can
midnight
switch to
and
anything.
just picking on Spackle's colors.
Well, I mean, I'm not picking on her colors.
This
I'm
is
just-
Warlock colors now.
Oh no, I just find it funny that
Those are
I just
Slytherin
find
colors.
I
No,
just find
thank
it funny
you.
that the guy has no.
I'm a
colour,
Hufflepuff.
is coming on to pick on.
Same.
someone else with
Hey,
color.
fuck you! I do have color. Okay, it just happens to be white.
Do I have
It happens
yellow?
to be super
see.
white.
If you look up the definitions of black and white, both are defined as lack of color.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I actually did go through the effort of taking this
Sorry.
down for you to see it, Spackle.
I just forgot. I'm a troll. Did you
are
not know
a
that I'm a
This-
troll
Nice.
midnight?
If you look up close,
Ooh.
do you see how small those dots are that I
Actually, it does look cool.
individually adhered?
Oh,
to
you
make
did that?
this?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Wow.
Pixels. How
This
many
took me a
pixels?
week.
By the way,
This
by
took
the way,
me a week.
Spackle, I wanted to comment on how cute your dog is. Like I saw
Oh.
him or her on your lap. It was like,
That's Raffle
oh my
Mao.
god.
Yeah.
So Raffle Mao got his name from a World of Warcraft video from
Ah.
That is
YouTube. That's
also
really
the
old.
good dog that doesn't eat my doll.
That's right. He's the one that's fighting for Scotty, and Sally's the one that wants to shred
Tried to
Scully bit.
escape with Scotty on the back of their motorbike. Was
That's right.
caught.
Right, so I'm going to tell you this cocodamol chat, and then I'm going to have to go to bed.
Okay,
Everybody's going to bed. Holy shit.
you're really determined, but go.
I am, yeah. So it's a two-parter. First of all,
There's
I
two
can only
parts?
talk about
Third a cup
you
of coffee.
guys, but you can get the 530 milligram ones from a pharmacy, but you have to talk to the pharmacist and explain to them why you need them. So do bear that in mind. And then this one is entirely for educational purposes. Codeine is very highly soluble in cold water, and paracetamol is completely insoluble in cold water. So if hypothetically someone was to blend up some ice and cold water,
Let's
so it's
let's
down to
let's
zero.
just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. People are smart enough to figure it out from there. Let's, I don't
Well,
want
you need to know.
Matt Pig's channel to get struck.
Yep.
Wait, what are we striking? What happened?
Dave's
Nothing.
ass.
Wait,
Nothing. Can we
oh.
stop right now?
Can I just say that Tylenol is useless because
Yep.
like anytime I've been in severe pain, Tylenol does not help.
But
The only
what,
thing that Tylenol has ever helped me for is a fever reducer.
you know,
Anything else has been
strangely, right?
useless.
Strangely enough, in this last maybe, I would say probably 18 months to 2 years, I have always found for my migraines, I've had migraines in and around since about 13, 14, maybe younger, you know, but I can remember them from 13, 14. And they've always prescribed me cocodamol. And they've went from the 8 to the
I don't know what
15 to the
cocodamol
30,
is.
whatever. That's what they've always given me. And it has generally worked. You know, I would take, maybe, I would possibly take, it got to the point where I was taking 2. So that's 60 milligrams of codeine and 1,000 milligrams of paracetamol. And then I would just go to sleep. You know, I would light
You
the
need
fire.
to try
I
a
would eat something good.
triptan.
Pardon?
You should try a triptan, like
Sumatriptan
sumatriptan,
or-
rizotriptan. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
right? Well, this is what it just stopped working, and someone suggested to me to use ibuprofen, or whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it was.
ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's a
never
pain
worked.
reliever
Advil.
and mostly an anti-inflammatory.
Right, well, that
Yeah.
never worked before, right? I've tried it before. I even got to the point where I waited 3 hours in A&E one time that my migraine was that bad. I had to get my mum to drive to my house, pick me up, and drive me to the hospital. And I had to sit there with a
Been there.
blanket over my head because the lights in the waiting room were killing me. And when I went in, they gave me ibuprofen. And I was like, I've this shit in the house. I waited fucking hours to see you to get this, and it didn't work. But now,
But that's because there's a difference between pain and inflammation.
well, that's what I'm
There's
saying.
pain because of inflammation, but if you just have pain, it's not ibuprofen's not what you want to use.
Well, the
Yeah, they gave me
ibuprofen-
Period.
Benadryl.
It's for inflammation. If
They
you have
like
a,
gave me a shot of
pulled
Benadryl in
muscle
my
that's
ass.
Right, well,
swollen
looking
or-
into migraines and stuff like this
It worked.
again, very colloquially, and not doing an awful lot of fucking this, that, and the other. A brain freeze is your brain vessels contracting, and a migraine is them expanding, or vice versa. You know, so that inflammation, contracting and inflammation, and making them expand, it could work. I'm just saying, in this last 18 months to close to 2 years, the ibuprofen is working way better than what they have prescribed. Now, it's working as good as what the previous drugs did, but the previous drugs don't work anymore. The ibuprofen is. Whether my migraines have changed, they are not as frequent as what they used to be. They used to be all the time and a lot more vomiting. They used to be really bad where I would vomit.
That's
Now-
what I get. Yeah.
Now I just get angry and want to hide in the dark. You know, but
Oh, fuck, well, I've got a migraine all the time then, apparently.
I've been taking sumatriptan for like 10 years now. I have a friend who takes rizotriptan. I'm not going to confirm nor deny whether or not I've taken rizotriptan on the occasion where I've had a migraine and not had my prescription. But there are several people I know who are on triptans for their migraines. And the thing about sumatriptan that sucks, I hear it's better with rizotriptan. Sumatriptan, it takes literally 45 to 50 minutes to kick in. And I have had migraines before where I have, like you said, I've been at the ER. I'm like vomiting on the nurses at the ER. Which like the one I actually kind of didn't feel bad for her because she was acting like I was being a fucking pussy before that, and then like when I
That
barfed
sucks.
like on her, I think she realized that yeah, like I really was in a lot of pain. But I mean, the last time, my mom will tell you, I fucking thought I was gonna die. I was like, tell my wife I love her. Like I don't know how you can die
The
from a
last
migraine, but
time-
I'm definitely gonna.
the last time
Like-
I got the really bad migraine, I had no ibuprofen left. I had literally just an 8 milligram cocodamol, just one tablet left. That was it. It was all that was left in the medicine cupboard, as we call it. And I took one of them, and Corey, who I think is asleep and still not watching, but I lay down on her knee, and she went and got a cold cloth and just put it on my forehead. And what I find with my migraines, excuse me while I cough, what aggravates my migraines and makes it worse is not the moving. I can walk about a room, so to speak, but I can't walk out of that room into a different temperature. The temperature change for me is an instant thing. And in my house particular, you know, there's double glazing and all the rest of it, but the living room has a fire, so that's warmer than the rest of the house. You know, the bedroom may be colder
That's
because
a
of
fire. He said a fire.
Thank you. The bedroom
Oh,
may be
no,
colder because
Jesus,
I've left the
this
window
guy.
open. You know, my tablets are in the car, so it's outside. So there's a lot of different rooms and a lot
That's a
of different.
car, an automobile.
I'm gonna slap you now. All right. I'm pointing
You
out
fucking
that
wanted fish away, Minnow.
the best thing that I can do, even if my tablets are 15 foot away from me, the fact that they are in a different room and I have a temperature change to go there, it is better for me beneficially to just close my eyes and go to sleep for 2 hours than it is to walk to the next room, because it will exponentially
Hours.
exaggerate the migraine. I'm trying to be really articulate, please. And it's just, being able to sit there and not leave the room and have someone else go to a different room, go and get your tablets and come in with a damp cloth. So you get your tablet, you get your damp cloth. It was gone in about 15 minutes. And if anyone who has experienced a really bad migraine, them fuckers can last for hours. And especially if you
Days.
have to move. And yeah.
Well, I mean, imagine
3 days, usually.
imagine having a headache every day that it fluctuates, right? This is what's known as chronic
I have a
daily
migraine
headaches.
right now, by the way.
Well,
It's funny.
okay. Well, do you suffer from chronic daily headaches?
I suffer from chronic migraines, and about once a fortnight, I'll get one that lasts for about 2 or 3 days.
I think right now, though, it's the coffee.
Right now,
that's
I'm
doing
on day 2.
coffee.
Right.
So
You,
They're
really
I
stingy
know.
with the Tripton, though, aren't they?
I'm
You
blaming
get, like,
I know
coffee.
8
somebody.
pills for a month, or for like 6 months, or something like that.
so I get them every single month, but I think that it's because of my
Well,
cycle. I think it's just like whenever I'm on the rag and whenever I'm ovulating, I think is what it is. But I will take, like, I've taken medicine this morning and I've taken medicine shortly before we went on stream, and I need to probably take medicine again here in a little bit. But it's just like constantly throughout the day, I take like 25 milligrams of sumatriptan like 3 or 4 times a day, for 2 or 3 days straight whenever I get them.
I have
And sometimes that does it, and sometimes it doesn't. But
like one of my friends has has constant daily headaches, to where there are days to where they are worse and he can't get out of bed, and then and then there are days where to where it's bad, but he can still function. You know what I mean? It's one of those it's one of those things to where to where he used to be bedridden, but now that he's
Smoky
found
bacon.
somebody. Okay, well, fuck you, Matt Fig. I was telling a story.
That's alright, fuck you. Someone actually give my channel money, so I'm allowed to join the day. Thank you very much.
oh, thank you.
Well,
I didn't see it. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I didn't know because I'm not looking at the chat, so I apologize.
There you go. How's that foot taste?
Savage.
How's that foot taste? Does it taste too jammy?
Ew,
Gross.
Foot in your mouth.
Jesus.
Foot in your mouth.
Okay.
No.
Oh, come on, you love me, Matt
My
Fig.
humor is wasted on all of you.
It
Yep.
is.
Technically, I sort of half, maybe a little bit stuck up for midnight earlier today.
So the volume changes is one thing
How?
for me.
I mean, if
the
you
whole
did,
thing,
thank you. I
well-
didn't see
well,
it.
well, when I tell you how it ended up with me and Midnight laughing because I'm technically a drunk troll.
Oh, right, the whole.
Ah, yes,
Uh,
without that name. Yes.
Yes.
Don't. Well, okay. Don't say it because I wanted to make it another question.
Yes, it's going to be another YouTube
Jesus
drop.
Christ.
I thought this was funny. If we can do some flashback humor and poke Unholy Spackle. Whenever we mentioned the category community news, what was it? What is the exact name of it? Your face lit up like a child at Christmas, Spackle. It really did.
Community drama. I need to go back and watch that stream. To the stream.
Community
before this one,
news
uh,
and YouTube drama, or community news and drama.
I was torn. I was torn between that one and the King James because I felt like I could rock both of them pretty well.
I'm gonna go grab something to eat, guys. I'll see y'all later.
You
Bye.
did rock.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by.
But yeah, your wee face lit up
You-
like a kid at Christmas because you were all, oh, I'm totally in with the drama.
She would have. She would have rocked it.
And
I
then
can't
there
say
I
was
used
anymore.
to
five.
not. You know that? I used to be really sweet back in the days. I used to not. I used to be like, I'm not gonna touch
I
it.
showed
Yeah.
you.
And I
the
didn't for
comment,
years. For
right?
years.
After the first mention of us doing about you taking Scotty away, someone came into my comments and was like, "All I've heard about Holy Spackle is they are a liar and can't be trusted." And are you now friends with them or what's going on? It's like,
That's all right. And if you are, I'm unsubbing.
That's
Yeah, he not subscribed.
funny.
Honestly, I want to set up a conversation between the Holy Spackle and Leo Filius, just to see what
I've
would
talked to
happen.
Leo before.
Oh, you did?
How did that go?
Yeah.
Did
I
Yeah.
That
that,
was
Leo-
brilliant.
did that
If
end
you
like
can get
me?
him to
I-
calm
what I-
down.
Did
what
that
I
end
have
the same
said
as
to
me and
Leo-
Leo, where I told him to shut the fuck up and had to mute him?
So I let Leo be Switzerland. He's friends with people I do not care for
Oh,
or friendly.
yes.
I let him be Switzerland, and I acknowledge that he's Switzerland, and I leave him alone. Sort of like Jen's little corner. I like Jen's little corner. I acknowledge he's Switzerland. I leave him alone. Right?
Agreed. Agreed on both
Okay.
marks. Yes.
My interactions with Leo have generally been okay. He's a little pompous.
Yeah, no kidding.
I would say that
Says
I
midnight.
think he's a brilliant mind, and I really hope he gets a college degree because I think with a mind like him, it'd be a shame if he doesn't get paid for what he deserves because he has a very, very smart mind. And with that, I really hope that he stops bashing on college and actually maybe like hell, dude, like even a fundraiser for him to go to college, I think would be amazing.
And
I
Like,
mean,
would-
the
go.
convers-
I would.
I mean, the conversation he had with Sam on my channel was rather painful.
Yeah, I know, but I think he's a smart
but,
man.
but you see, this is the thing. You're talking about a conversation on the internet, and generally, like, I've a fucking troll with the bot. If Leo goes into the fucking chat and types apostrophe or exclamation mark Leo, it comes back and the bot literally tells him to be quiet. Now, if he types exclamation mark and his full name, you'll get the link to his channel and all the other stuff that everyone else gets. But, you know, me and Leo have had disagreements. It is a shame that he doesn't be on here more often than he does. When we have good conversations, he
He's a
does
smart
come
guy.
over. I have a lot of respect for the guy. We have a personality clash. That is the
Yeah.
problem. It is not Leo's fault that we have a personality clash. It is my fault and his fault that we are similar. We have a clash. It is.
You're not the only one that clashes with Leo, though.
Yeah, no, but
And
the guy
also
is
Leo tends to
intelligent.
dip into he
We
dips
felt
into
like
this edgy guy thing too.
I
I mean,
think
he
I-
is.
we had
he
this
is
conversation where I
pompous.
told him in not so many terms, in the nicest way possible, not so nice, to shut the fuck up. And about a week and a half later, I was having a discussion with somebody, and he came by and was watching it. And I made a comment on the fact that when they mentioned about a fucking physical singularity, I was like, man, you do realize that a singularity is just something that's described in mathematical terms. And Leo jumped up about how wonderful that correct answer was. So a lot of respect for Leo. I just want to make that clear. We do clash in personalities, but brilliant man. And being Switzerland.
So I think you'll find that there's a lot of people that have layers and stuff, and it's like I like this trait, I don't like this trait, and I think that's part of being human. Like we're not all perfect, and but also like I can recognize really good things in Leo, and I hope for him that he flourishes and does well, and you know.
I have been tapping Matthew Silver every now and again. He's been doing more and more live streams and has recently went through a wee thing. Does anybody know of Matthew Silver?
You know, no, nobody knows of Matthew Silver.
Yes,
but,
I guarantee you every single person on this stream knows of Matthew Silver. But go on ahead.
I don't. But no, as I was trying to say, in regards to Leo, I do like him as well. I do think he is pompous at times. That he puts on a show because he's not really confident in himself. I think he'll say that also. And
I can't believe,
well,
fuck, I just looked. Jefferson went live while I'm live and he's stealing all my
yeah, I
videos.
know, right? He disrespected you, brah.
Oh, I'm totally going to go over there. Right.
Yeah.
Go on ahead, sorry.
But I don't know. Like, what else is there to say about Leo? You know, sometimes he can be very stubborn when he thinks he's right about something, but then he can be like, oh yeah, you're right. I remember this one time I said, I said the I said our solar system formed from a second generation star. And he's like, no, it didn't. I'm like, yeah, it did. Go check. And he's like, oh yeah, you were right. Like, you know what I mean?
Right, this is Matthew Silver. You people do know Matthew Silver. I'm going to put it in the other camera point for the people in the audience, but everybody here should see it as a shared screen. But the audience should see it as a camera point.
He just looks like a
He is a New
dirty
York
American
street
guy.
performer, okay?
To live and to live in a mystery and to find purpose and to live in the now. Magic. Now.
Farts. And he has a rubber
What's your most
chicken. that he
adventurous
carries.
memory?
He is a constant street performer. He's recently went through like an existential crisis.
This. I remember this. This is an adventure. This is the memory.
I'm going to get struck for this.
Yeah, I get
That's annoying.
I'm going to fuck. It'll give me an excuse to talk to you.
What advice do you have for younger generations?
Good night.
Younger generations.
Bye.
Live in the moment. Don't get old. Don't judge people because you can't be free if you judge people. Love now. Create. Inspire.
How do you define free?
I love this music.
By doing what you love.
Yeah.
What do you love?
There's a motivational,
The moment.
There's a motivational video I watched.
Love.
It has this music in the background.
Now it repeats.
He literally, I'm going to see if it right. This is a very epic one. Oh, that's a great screenshot too. This is a cracking screenshot. He's also very articulate and very intelligent. Okay, I've seen an interview where he's sitting with his like knees crossed in the suit and stuff and all. Like he is,
Well, he
very,
clearly
very-
doesn't have a stutter.
Let me see. Oh, here, look. This is it's love farts, man. Love your farts. Okay, be a child. Love your farts.
Tell you to be someone else. If you're someone's friend, you wouldn't want them to change. So you should do what
I've
makes
seen
you
this
happy
before.
Yeah.
in your
See?
life. Ride a skateboard.
I knew somebody-
even if
yeah.
it has no wheels.
Lots of stuff
And
like
if
that.
you love love, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't
Yeah, you're
stop,
flash.
don't stop. Do your thing. Do it.
Right?
I'm just kidding.
No, he right. There's one that he did that I will show him. We're off stream, which are a whole. It's a thing, like it's a whole video thing, but it's. I think that's it there. Spiritual mental breakdown. That's the one that we will show off stream. But I'm gonna look back for one. Like there's some really mad ones. Look at this one. Come join us outside in underwear.
What the fuck?
This is odd.
Yeah.
Right? I've been following this guy for years. Alright? Absolutely years. This guy has. Like when I went through my whole spiritual, fucking deistic, pantheistic, fucking Akashic field thing, I came across this guy. And he's. Like,
Failed about 50 times, maybe 100 times, maybe 1,000,000 times. Who here has failed 1,000,000 times? Holy shit, what a bunch of sorry losers.
he's he's great. He's great. Matthew Silver. All right, I've talked to him a couple of times in live chats and one DM.
Really?
Yeah. No,
Really?
he goes live every now and again, man. He goes live every now
Oh.
and again. His most recent live was him drunk, or like 2 lives ago was him drunk off his face. It's gone now. Drunk off his face for about 45 minutes. He was really having a depressive, sad night where he was just fucking wankered, just really upset. It was...
Yeah.
And for someone who goes out and does this as a living, you know, they're very expressive. So when they're having a really bad night, it's... No, I've tried to get him on a couple of times. He's just... he's very flaky, I think would be the best word. But look at him, you know? He's a bit flaky. Right, well, on that note of who Matthew Silver is, Spackle's away to take the dogs for a walk. I think we've covered everything. Fuck me, I lost again. Team Piggy is... Yeah. Go Team Piggy.
Go Team Midnight, even though I didn't play.
Are you any good at anything of the topics? Any of the topics? Good at general knowledge, good at geography, good at world religions? Good
Well, God damn it. I was going to say something too holy, but whatever. I'll try to reach out on Discord or something.
Pardon?
Sorry, I was talking to myself.
Oh, good. That helps. Back, how are you? You're jumping over the bands. Muted, I'm muted, still muted, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck off, you
I was
drunk
kind of
Scottish
watching him on the
bastard.
side while I was heating up my dinner and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna
There's your
go
dinner.
show him some love. My dinner's done. I just
ding-
pulled it out.
Just as I kicked midnight, it dinged too, so that was perfect. So
It was pretty good. I mean, it was the best timing. I totally forgot about it. That's why I have myself muted.
You know what? I love all of you. Dude. See, here's the thing. I love Best Pick. I love Math Pick. I love B. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Just B. Okay, Beck.
Either one.
Beck. And me, Midnight. I love all three of you, which is me. I love me. All right? I love me. That's what I do. I love me. Fuck you.
You know, one of the reasons I picked that name, Midnight, was because I just think everybody should just be yourself, just be relaxed, just be in the moment. You know, be kind, be caring.
I love the way that Beck is putting that forward because he really struggled for like 3 months where they went through about 6 different fucking names. So I'm glad that you've landed on that and it's true to yourself. And it is just be your fucking self.
People keep saying it not just be, and I'm like, no, it's be. No, just be.
Yeah, I know. I do the same
Okay,
thing.
look. I am being myself by being, by being a little fucker on this little Scottish asshole stream.
I'm not
okay, you want to
Scottish.
hide me again? I thought you were Scottish.
Irish.
I'm Northern.
Irish.
I am Northern
Sorry.
Irish. I have Scottish descent. I am 8 generations, 7 generations out of Scotland, but I am what I would consider myself to be is an asshole, but Northern Irish asshole. Okay, on that note, let's not go down that fucking troubles, guns, bombs. Shit happens in Northern Ireland, you know. Midnight, thank you for coming in and making everyone else leave.
I know, right?
Nothing. It's like I'm trying to go to bed. Nobody would stop talking. So thanks, Midnight.
Wow.
For future reference, if anyone ever wants to end the stream because they're feeling tired, just send Midnight a message.
Yeah, I'll clear out the room faster than a firefighter. Wait, I don't know.
I'll keep that in mind, bro.
Faster than Matthew Silver farting. Beck, have you anything coming up?
Dumpster by Wellhard. What the?
It's the same thing I do every week. Mondays and Wednesdays, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, sometimes 8:30. I don't know. Depends on when I get home from work. Mostly 8:45.
Is there any chance that in the next week
I do open mic? What do you want to know or not?
I was just wondering if you could do one a wee bit earlier. On a Monday and a Wednesday, we'd be.
I can't, man. By the time I get home from work, I have like 20 minutes to like.
That's why I
eat
haven't
something and start up my computer, and then I have to go.
No, I get shouted at for fucking standing and sleep standing at work. All right. Yeah, I was standing at the machine sleeping, so I could shout that. So I can't stay up as late as I used to be able to because you know. So Mondays and Wednesdays is killing me. I am killing. Sorry, it's not killing me. It's killing me that I haven't been able to be there. If you understand, because I used to be there every Monday one. I missed the Wednesday ones, but I used to be there for the Monday ones, and yeah, just can't be there anymore. So I do apologize for that.
So, okay. So B, just
Yeah.
be your, wow. Let me start over.
Sure.
Just be your wonderful self.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you gotta do.
If it makes you feel any better, back Midnight called me
Yeah, man.
Rory for like 2 weeks. And the entire stream before he called me Rory for 2 weeks, we told him my name was Robbie, and every single time he was like, yeah, I can fucking hear you. I know his name's Rory. Like me, Corey, about 3 other people kept repeating.
Oh, it's fucked
Robbie.
up or funny
See,
or
look. Be super minority, my nice sparkle. Be
Okay, everybody's left. It went from 22 to 7. They've all fucked off. You've even killed the live chat, Midnight. Thanks very much.
Wow.
Well, you know, if everybody wants something to do, If Was just went live. That's probably where they all went. So I'm gonna head over
Who the
there
fuck
too.
is
Also, Neil
If
has an
Was?
after party that's live that I might go crash.
And Jefferson. Don't forget about Jefferson. He's probably talking about Asshole 104. It's really original.
Let's catch up on Darth Dawkins' clubhouse shenanigans. No, not Jefferson.
Asshole 104. Grr. Hello, Grr. Grr.
Yeah, fuck her.
Ah, you wish
Grr
you could.
sucks.
You wish you could, and you wish
No,
they
I
would.
wish I could. No. I wish I could fuck you. There
Lovely.
you go.
Lovely.
I turned it around on you.
I am hot. I have lost 1.5 stone. But anyway. Talk to you all later. Thanks everybody for coming. Let me see if I can find my OBS on one of these multitudes of fucking.
I'm just gonna sit here like this till you're done.
I'm gonna just wait
No,
now
I'm
because
kidding.
you said that. Ah, yeah, you caught on. You know I'm a cunt. Where's the outro? Oh, people, think for yourselves, people.
Think for yourself.